I am going to be introducing you to one of the most known dentists of Beverly Hills. He was top 1% International College of Dentists, top 100 dentists in America in 2019, and 40 under 40 in 2018. How many people do you know that are as accomplished as the most famous dentist right next to me, Dr. Arash Hakhamian? So Dr. Hakhamian was born in Iran, came to the United States when he was a kid, and we are going to be talking to him today about how he became a dentist. His dad is a dentist. His brother is a dentist, and his whole family is either hygienist or dentist, literally engraved into this mouth. Literally one of the families that has dedicated generations into taking care of not your dental health, but your overall health. And we're going to talk about it, how he became a little bit frustrated that dentistry today is not moving at the speed that Arash moves at. And that is why he has actually gone a step forward and started a company called Dentulu, where he's using AI and some of the other gadgets to actually improve on whatever he has been able to accomplish till date and dedicate the rest of his life into more and more improvement into dentistry. So welcome, Arash.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What an amazing introduction.
Thank you. Why don't you introduce yourself? I might have missed out like a million things, but what is it that keeps you up at night? You want to get out of bed and come to work every day morning, like just jogging. Like, I want to go and conquer the world and do this.
Well, honestly, I think one of the things that keeps me going like this is working with amazing entrepreneurs and just good people like yourself. It's been such a pleasure. The day I met you, sharing more about your vision, about how you're helping improve people's lives and what you did to start your company and all the great products that you've introduced. I mean, I used to buy your Dr. Fresh toothbrushes and the Reach toothbrushes, and now,
back in the day.
Now I got a bottle of your oil pulling mouthwash in my shower. So I'm oil pulling while I'm taking a shower. So anyway, it's such a pleasure.
This day is all about you, Arash. So let us tell the audience, what do you do now as of today? What is your day to day? Explain your day.
To your point, as a dentist, I come from a family of dentists. My goal, I love dentistry. Dentistry to me is not about teeth. It's not about just your gums and your teeth. Dentistry is really the first line of defense for your overall health. Without good oral health, you cannot have overall. I mean, diabetes, several different types of cancers, Alzheimer's and dementia, premature birth, heart disease, strokes. I mean, we're talking about so many potentially life-threatening conditions that are either directly or indirectly correlated with oral. Alzheimer's dementia is probably one of my biggest fears. And now there's data to show that bacteria travel from inside the mouth through your bloodstream all the way through the blood-brain barrier and are actually contributing to Alzheimer's dementia. Fertility issues, patients who are having a hard time having babies. This can be correlated directly back to the mouth. Several different types of cancers, including colorectal cancer. So to me, dentistry is not about teeth. It's not about gums. It's about much more than that. It's about oxygen, getting enough oxygen at night. It's about having a balanced oral microbiome. And it's about really setting yourself up for success when it comes to your oral. And that's my mission.
So if there is one thing that everybody should be aware of, and it is most underrated in entire dentistry or health, what is that one thing?
That is underrated? Basically, I think the number one thing I would say, there's so many things that I think are underrated when it comes to dentistry, but if I had to pick one thing, I would probably say how dentistry can help you breathe better. Because no matter how many supplements you take or how well you exercise or anything else, if you're not getting enough oxygen at night, if you're snoring, if you're waking up tired, if you are going through life without the ability to lose weight, if you have diabetes, all of these things are linked back to getting enough oxygen while you're sleeping. And dentists are now on the front line of helping you breathe better without the use of CPAP machines, without the use of those cords and the machines that are actually being prescribed by most physicians for sleep apnea. We can now create these oral appliances that can help you breathe better at night. And so I think dentistry can really help people breathe better, and stop snoring, stop waking up tired. And this is really, I think, going to be a fundamental change in how we look at dentistry. Mouth-body connection, medical, dental, communication coordination when it comes to sleep apnea and oxygen while we're sleeping.
So I'll throw in a little bit here. When I was learning Ayurveda, the number one thing they talk about in Ayurveda and yoga is breathing.
Right.
Breathing, because our diaphragm is not really moving the way it used to move. We're sitting literally half the day and our diaphragm is not getting the exercise. So we're not really pumping in enough oxygen all the way to the cells. So that is why they emphasize a lot more on pranayama, which means breathing in different ways, like or breathing like hum breathing, because that way you can actually increase the NO2. But when you talk about it, it's pretty interesting that you talk about sleep apnea and not breathing at night, because 12 hours a day or 8 hours a day, 1/3 of our lives we are sleeping and we're not probably breathing. That means we're really messing ourselves up. So what is your contribution today in that area? Secondly, I would also like to know, I know that you're doing a lot of work in microbiome area and AI. So pick and choose your battles. Tell me each thing one by one.
Yeah. Out of dentistry, like the traditional dentistry that is performed in a dental office, the crowns, the root canals, the extractions, and we want to help patients early on. Prevention really happens in the home. And we want to help dentistry expand beyond the brick and mortar, beyond the dental office, and go into people's homes and help you find problems early, prevent cavities, prevent gum disease, prevent oral cancer, prevent so many of the systemic issues that are happening as a result of imbalances in bacteria in your mouth. And so
how do you reach people's homes?
So this is a great question. So we formed a company called Dentulu. Dentulu is a nationwide teledentistry company and network. So these are licensed dentists who help provide consultations and care outside of the dental office. And this is all done under a network of licensed dentists. So we help you identify problems early on at home. So we have a camera, for example. It's called the mouth cam. And so you can buy one of these cameras and you can start evaluating your own oral health at home. And this uses artificial intelligence. It takes pictures and videos. So it helps identify cavities, oral cancer, gum disease, and problems before they get out of it.
And so how do you buy it? How do you buy it?
You can buy this on Amazon. You can go to mouthcam.com. And hopefully you'll be able to find it at a dental office near you. Many dental offices are not giving this to their patients. And so
and how much is
charge.
It? How much?
There's two different versions, but they're both under $99 or under $100.
And like, let's say somebody who doesn't understand this, they can do it themselves and take pictures, and somebody on the other end or AI would decipher and let them know if they're going to get cavities or if they are a patient for some certain systemic issue?
Absolutely. So you can take pictures, you can take videos, you can share that with your own dentist. Or we have dentists that are on standby and are able to help evaluate these pictures and videos and tell you what's going on. And look, these guys, they're not here to do any dental work on you. They're going to give you good advice, second opinions, and really provide you with a neutral, unbiased opinion on what they see. And so you can use these dentists as a resource to provide you recommendations on dental products, on procedures, on how to use preventive methods so that things don't get, worse than they already are. And so the mouth cam has been incredible. I mean, this is the same type of cameras that dentists use in the dental office, and now it's accessible to you at home, so you can track your own oral health, track your dental work, and check your babies, check your family members for potential problems, including oral cancer, which has been on the rise for the last 10 years. I mean, we can find early signs of early cancer, oral cancer, and hopefully address this before it turns into something that is potentially lethal.
I had a classmate of mine who actually died of oral cancer in 2021.
Right.
What is the main reason of oral cancer being so prevalent? And I was devastated because I couldn't even go and see him in the hospital because back in the day, it was, the big infectious problem that was going on. I can't say the name of that. I don't want my video to get blocked, but
yes.
But he was suffering from oral cancer. Why is it growing like a mushroom? Like, why everybody's getting it? What is the reason?
Oral cancer is multifactorial, just like everything else. I mean, but there's certainly things that contribute to higher rates of oral cancer. Alcohol is one of the main ones, which is why we are so against mouthwashes that have alcohol. I mean, the traditional mouthwashes, we tell people to throw those in the trash because they are actually doing more harm than good. Not only are they disrupting the natural balance of the oral microbiome, but they're killing the good bacteria. They're increasing your blood pressure, and they're also increasing your risk of oral cancer. And so this is one of the reasons why, the traditional mouthwashes belong in the trash can, and we don't recommend it. So alcohol is one of them, to answer your question. Obviously, smoking and tobacco products are definitely a contributor to oral cancer. We've even talked about potentially drinking very hot liquids. I think we were at your house once.
You told me not to drink away. I drink coffee extra hot.
Scorching hot coffee or tea, not good for you.
I learned from that, and I've actually, I don't overheat my coffee anymore. Thank you for telling me that. But that's a great point, and I know that there's many people in my own family who want, whenever I used to go to Starbucks, I would say, give me extra hot. And I've stopped saying that. Trust me.
Well, and another thing is HPV, right? So we have specific viruses that are contagious. You kissed someone kissed you, maybe, like, this is why you don't kiss babies on the mouth, because that transfers saliva, not only transfers bacteria, but also viruses. And so HPV is one of those leading causes of oral cancer. And we have a saliva test that you can order to your home. And this saliva test will tell you if you have specific strains of these viruses that you may not be aware of, that you may be giving to your kids or to your husband or to your wife or anyone else, or maybe that you've contracted from someone else. But those specific strains are what actually cause, not correlated, but they are causing cancer. And these are similar ones that are causing cancer in women in the cervical region, right? So it's the same strain, HPV. It basically predisposes you to cancer. So there's HPV vaccines now that they're doing for women, but we unfortunately don't have it for really widely adopted in dentistry. But it's something you should get tested for, and if you have it, then obviously you'll know your virus. Oral.
Great. And this is more prevalent now than before?
Yes. Unfortunately, every single year, the rate of oral cancer is going up and up and up and up. And it is something very sad to see. I had a patient this last week that came into one of my offices and was unfortunately had oral cancer. And this was multifactorial again. The office ended up doing a test for HPV. We did a saliva test. The saliva test is one of the most incredible, underutilized tests out there. We have incredible companies like Biome, who has a specific test for oral cancer.
I know Naveen Jain. Yes.
You know Naveen? So Naveen is an incredible entrepreneur.
I thought he mostly did tests for your gut.
They do that too. They're the only ones in the world that I'm aware of that have an FDA approved or cleared oral cancer test, so that you can order this to your house and they will tell you, they will literally screen you for oral cancer and oropharyngeal cancer. So that is like a total game changer.
What about Bristle and a couple of other companies like that?
Yeah, Oral DNA is the other company that I love. They check for specific bacteria that are predisposing people to Alzheimer's and dementia, to heart disease, to just tons of issues.
So literally you can do one simple saliva test that may take a couple of days, and you can find out if you're predisposed to a certain genetic disorder or it's a possibility of certain.
Go online. You can go to Dentulu.com and look under saliva testing or salivary testing, and you can order this test to your home. You can basically swish around with this salt water, and then you spit it back out. You send it to them, and they will give you a full breakdown, just like a lab test and they will tell you what type of bacteria you have, what imbalances you have, if you have the dangerous type. And then for the first time in history, you are getting customized recommendations for what type of products. So this is no longer this toothpaste is good for everyone, or this mouthwash or this toothbrush is good for everyone. Everyone's unique. Everyone should have customized recommendations. And the place to start is with the saliva test, is by having one of your own oral cameras at home, the mouth cams. And then one of these things, Rudy, let me show you how cool this is. So you guys look at this. This is like a machine that it's almost like an x-ray, but it's not. So like x-rays, they actually, you have to go in, you have to wear these lead shields. This is like an x-ray without the x-ray radiation. So you can get one of these at home now. And you basically put this over your mouth like this. And you press this, and the light turns on. And you look at this little viewing screen, and then all of the bacteria, all of the plaque, all the cavities, they light up. So you can't see it because it's invisible. This makes it visible.
So it's basically like the disclosing solution.
It's like disclosing solution, but better. And like this,
without actually staining your teeth.
No staining your teeth, no chemicals. So
that's so cool. How much is that?
So the price retail, it's not that expensive. I think it's like between 100 to 200, something like that. I'm not sure what the retail price is yet, but like this is something that I think every family should have. In fact, I'm telling patients to buy this to make sure that when they leave that dental office after your cleaning, like put this on and see if you actually got a good cleaning.
And can you see it yourself or somebody else?
This is made for you to use at home. So you can put this on and you can literally check your kids' mouths, check your husband's mouth, check your boyfriend's mouth, and you can see how much bacteria they have. It lights up. Here, let me show you.
You don't want to get paranoid too, right?
Look at this. Look how cool this is. It lights up. Can you see how these red areas? Look, the bacteria looks red, and it looks like it's on fire. So you can actually use this and see, and also you can check to see if you're doing a good job cleaning. Right. And so, I mean, look at that.
That's
awesome, right?
That is so cool.
So, I mean, this is why I think it took a dentist who loves dentistry to step outside the traditional day-to-day, veneers and whitening and this. Like there's a place for that. But what I really want, I want to help you prevent cavities. I want you to never have to get an implant. I want you to never lose your teeth and get dentures. I want you to live a happy, healthy, long life. I think that this is going to be an approach that is going to involve your involvement at home, which is self-monitoring with tools like this, using the right toothpaste, the right, mouthwash, the right toothbrush, but then also focusing on prevention. Don't wait until things get bad.
Exactly.
Complain about how expensive it is to fix it, right?
Let's go one by one. I know we're running out of time, but let's go one by one. Number one, you don't like the alcohol-based mouthwashes, and you believe
Absolutely.
that why is it that ADA has approved them? Do you think with the new RFK Jr. being in power, I know he's against fluoride in water, which will
Good,
come
he should
to
be.
that too.
He should be.
But what do you think? Do you think he'll go after the alcohol in the mouthwash?
You know, what I've noticed is that, I'll tell you like this. When I graduated UCLA, I went to USC for grad school. Before I got my license, they made me swear to the Hippocratic Oath, which means, and gladly, like, first, do no harm. No matter what you do, don't hurt people. You have to do what's in the best interest of the patients. People trust you. People are looking at you as a doctor. And this is something my father told me. He said, son, no matter what, no one will ever know, but you will know. If you hurt patients, if you tell them to do the wrong thing, you're going to live in hell. And your conscience is going to eat you alive. Don't ever do that. And it really moved me. And that's the way I practiced my entire career, is we have a fiduciary duty to do the right thing. And that's on an individual basis. That's a doctor. That's your job as a doctor. Now, when it gets into institutions, we all know, we've all seen that institutions are swayed by many factors, lobbyists and money and corporations. And I think for the most part, organizations like the American Dental Association, they do have the best interest of not only the patients, but also, the profession. But sometimes those pull against each other. Sometimes they don't always agree and they don't always align. So I think that each individual today, I think this is the best time in the history of humanity to be alive. You want to check something, you can Google it, you can chat GPT it. I mean, look up what you're putting in your body, read about it, and educate yourself. And sometimes I'm here to tell you as a dentist, I have, forget any of the accolades. I've been a teacher. I've taught thousands of dentists, surgery, to office management, patient care. I can tell you that for the most part, dentists are here to help you. But dentists are busy people. They don't have the time to take every course, evaluate every product. So the profession has a huge 7 to 10 year lag on adopting innovation. So there are products today on the market that can help reverse cavities. There's products today on the market that can help prevent cavities, gum disease, bad breath. I mean, we have things on the market today.
So let's go quickly one by one. We covered the mouthwash. You don't like the alcohol mouthwash.
No mouthwash.
Toothpaste. What kind of toothpaste do you like? Fluoride, non-fluoride, potassium nitrate? Do you have any preference for anything? I see there's a lot of color in a lot of toothpaste and mouthwashes. What is your opinion on that?
So I don't even use toothpaste anymore because the actual paste itself has a lot of artificial flavors, artificial coloring, preservatives, plastic tubes. I mean, this is something that I think is going to really be obsolete in the next 5 years.
What do you use?
I use a toothpaste tablet. It is basically a powder. It looks like a piece of gum or a tablet. I put it in my mouth, I chew it, and I start brushing my teeth. And it acts and feels like toothpaste, except it doesn't have any of the harsh chemicals. It doesn't have all the preservatives and byproducts. And so that to me, and it also has nanohydroxyapatite, which we use instead of fluoride to remineralize the teeth and make them stronger and healthy again without the use of fluoride and a lot of these toxic materials that are found in most toothpaste.
So nanohydroxyapatite is again a very controversial product because some people say because the ones that were used by NASA was in trays versus now it's in a toothpaste format, and they are coming in emulsions that can cross the blood-brain barrier, and the nanoparticles could clog the kidneys or the liver or essential organs. There's a study like that in Europe. So Europe is even thinking of banning them. What is your opinion on that as a dentist?
I think first of all, your toothpaste is quite literally has a poison disclaimer on it. So I'm not recommending anyone swallows their toothpaste, but even toothpaste tablets that have nanohydroxyapatite are not meant to be swallowed. So if you start swallowing things, well, which I think is kind of disgusting to swallow the toothpaste, I think that can present a lot of GI problems in themselves. I don't think there are any established research that show that nanohydroxyapatite can cause long-term damage, but your teeth are made of hydroxyapatite and your teeth are made of minerals. So when they are demineralized, when you get cavities through acids and your teeth are literally demineralizing, it makes sense to remineralize them by using hydroxyapatite. I use another product by Greenmark Bio. These are strips that you put over your teeth, and they help bring calcium, phosphate, and hydroxyapatite back into the tooth structure, and it remineralizes your teeth. It's great for sensitivity as well. So I'm a firm believer of nanohydroxyapatite, but I'm also a firm believer, like you are, on where you source your products. So you don't just go, buy random powders off the internet to make a product. You have to source the ingredients responsibly. You have to make sure that you know where each and every item is coming from, and the safety tests that are done. And so you got to be involved in what you put inside. And so I think if you choose the product, ingredients from the right sources, I think you're.
What is your opinion about implants and root canal?
I think that root canals are the best way to save your teeth, but I think that root canals can have significant potential for harm if they are not done properly. And so if a root canal, it's very simple because we can actually see this, right? So this, I think personally, taking out a tooth just because it needs a root canal is not very intelligent. I've seen thousands, tens of thousands of teeth that are healthy that have root canals. And the way we can tell is it's very simple. There's an x-ray, and underneath, around the root surface, we see a dark black circle. That dark black circle is bacteria. It's an infection. Once you get the root canal, we want that dark black circle to start decreasing and going away. So if you have a root canal tooth, you just simply look at the x-ray. If you see a dark black circle around the apex, around the root, your root canal is failing. It is harming you. It is introducing bacteria into your body. If you have that dark circle is decreasing over the next 6 to 12 months, that means that root canal is helping, is relieving you of the bacteria, and it's something that's going to help you save your teeth. But
a lot of people I've seen end up actually dying because they get sepsis, because the infection went through their mouth into their blood.
Correct.
So how can people, general public, be more aware that they should not take simple infections in their mouth lightly?
It's one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about what I'm doing is because I know this to be true. This is not a guess. I put my name and reputation on it, and so many other dentists do as well. There is a direct connection between your mouth and your body. We have tons of medications that people prescribe. That they say put it underneath your tongue, sublingual medication, because it goes directly into your body. And so we know the bacteria is going directly into your bloodstream and traveling to the rest of your body. This is not a question. This is not a hypothetical. This is fact. And so the bacteria you have in your mouth that's lingering, underneath your gums is going into your bloodstream, and it is undoubtedly 100% going to your heart and to the rest of your body. So if you're walking around without pain, if you're walking around and you think everything is okay, that is as good as walking around thinking that you may not have high blood pressure or you may not have diabetes. It is impossible to tell unless you check. So just like you check for blood pressure, just like you check for diabetes, just like you check for cholesterol, you gotta check for the bacteria by doing a saliva test. You have to visit a dentist and check to see what's going on, whether you're in pain or not, whether you're symptomatic. That's the only way to do it.
So a lot of my people who watch my podcast are across the US. I know you're a Beverly Hills dentist, but I know you had a lot of dental offices that you sold and now you run this company. But how can people access your saliva test and your other instruments? Is it dentulu.com?
Yeah, Dentulu's here to fight for you. Dentulu is a dental organization that is bringing in all of these preventive services, these holistic services we want you to never have to drill any more teeth. We want you to never have bleeding gums or periodontalism. I want to avoid you getting implants. I want to help you stay healthy before it goes. And I want to help you save money. So Dentulu is the organization. You can download the Dentulu on the App Store.
Oh, beautiful.
You can go on our website, dentulu.com. And look, we don't do everything. We don't do surgeries. No shots, no drilling, no filling. We do things before it gets to that point. But everything is done under the care of licensed dentists. And if sometimes we find something that needs a dentist, we tell you, look, you have these potential cavities. We recommend you see a dentist. And we work synergistically with the dental community. But you can find us on dentulu.com or you can download our app on the App Store.
Beautiful. Before we let you go, Arash, one last thing is with sleep apnea and with people not getting enough oxygen, can that mean just high blood pressure and other issues? Or can that even mean more cavities and other problems? Can you please decipher on that and what are you doing in that direction?
Let me tell you what big pandemic this really is. Most people don't know. It's one of those things that we don't know we have. People think that being tired is normal. It's not. People think having a low energy drive or a low sex drive is normal. It's not. All of these issues stem from a lack of oxygen. If you grind your teeth, if you clench your teeth, if you snore, if you're tired throughout the day, if you don't have a good sex life and you just don't have that libido, or if you're having a hard time getting pregnant, these are all signs and symptoms of underlying sleep disorder, many of which are sleep. So what is sleep apnea? Basically, when we're sleeping, when we lie back, our tongue relaxes, our muscles relax. You want to fall asleep and relax. But when these tough muscles relax, they block the airway. And that's why we snore. And so when the airway is blocked, we're not getting enough oxygen at night. Quite literally, our body isn't able to go into sleep and really is unable to recover. And so what we do as dentists is we check, first of all, we want to make sure we diagnose you properly. So you see this ring that I have? This is called Happy Ring. Or you can find this on happyring.com or happysleep.com. And so you can order one of these rings. So this is called Happy Ring. You can find this at happysleep.com. And so you take one of these rings, you put it on your finger, and you go to sleep. And so at night, a physician, a licensed sleep specialist, is actually evaluating how many times you stop breathing in the middle. They count how many times.
I need to get it.
Oh my God, are you kidding? I tell every single one of my patients to get tested. And by the way, it's covered by your medical insurance. So oftentimes it's free to you. And so you wear this ring and they'll tell you after 4 to 5 days, they'll say, Puneet or Arash, you stopped breathing in the middle of the night 30 times, 40 times. You're like, what are you talking about? I didn't wake up. But
so how do you fix that?
I'll tell you how we fix it as dentists. So one of the traditional ways that for forever and ever, people have been wearing those Darth Vader masks. They call them CPAPs. So they put these like straps on their face with tubes, and it goes to a machine and it's like literally pumping oxygen.
I actually will tell you something funny. I went to somebody's house and they were wearing that, and I got scared. It looks like it's a little scary.
I think, but it will save your life. So let me say, I think CPAPs have been an incredible tool that have helped save boundless. And if you have sleep apnea, I don't care how ugly or unsexy that mask is, when you wear it, you're gonna realize how much better you feel. But let's be real, right? It's not sexy. You don't want to sit, your wife probably doesn't enjoy, or your husband, you wearing this mask, and it's a turn off. It has wires, it has cords, it has tons of issues. So dentists make a simple oral appliance. It's like a knife guard. And when you wear it, it simply brings your jaw forward by a couple of millimeters. And
wouldn't that affect your bite?
Well, if you wear it properly, if it's made properly by a dentist, at nighttime, it brings your jaw forward by a couple of millimeters. When it brings your jaw forward, that brings your tongue forward. And guess what? It opens up your airway. Now, in the morning, when you take it off, for about 1 to 2 minutes, you wear a retainer. We call this a deprogrammer. And it ensures that your teeth are not affected, your bite is not affected. And so millions of people have been successfully treated with sleep apnea oral appliances. And these are FDA approved, FDA cleared appliances. And because sleep apnea is a medical issue, it's covered by your medical insurance. So no masks, no hoses, no surgeries, just sleep.
How long does it take and how much does it cost?
It's covered by your medical insurance. So it may not cost you anything, maybe
there are a lot of people without dental insurance in the country.
We have payment plans available. You can order one of these to your home. We'll send an impression kit to your home. I think the first thing to do is just get tested. But if you do not have insurance, you can get one of these for about $1,500 to $2,000. But you don't have to come up with that all at once. You can do like payment plans. And so in dental offices, it's a little bit more expensive, usually about $2,500 to $3,000. But if you do have medical insurance, oftentimes it's just a small copay, maybe a couple $100, and it's covered by, like I said, most doctors and Medicare as well.
So we're almost little over time. I want to thank you. If there is one last thing you want to say, you're welcome to. Otherwise, we will see. I'll come and see you, and I'll probably buy some of the things off your website, Dentulu.com, and probably get this ring and get myself tested too. I've been yawning too much, probably.
I think if there's one piece of advice I could give people is that, take charge of your own health, and remember that the mouth and the body are connected, and not neither with the mouth or with the body should you ever wait until there's a problem. You should always be proactive before it hurts, before it breaks down, before it bleeds, before you have pain. That's the time to focus on prevention and live a long, healthy, fruitful life. And again, I appreciate you with not only what you do with your company and your products, but for supporting other companies and entrepreneurs. Thank you so much, and congratulations on your podcast. I wish you nothing but continued success, and I'm happy to help any one of your audiences, and anyone here can find me at Dentulu.com, and anything we can ever do with your service would be a great pleasure. And hopefully soon you'll be able to find all of the Guru and Nando line of products on Dentulu as well. We would love to promote products that you have. I'm a personal advocate and use, especially your toothbrush. Like the Buttergums one, let me tell you, that's my favorite toothbrush of all time. So
thank you.
Thank you again for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Arash. Thank you.